I hear myself about 20 seconds later.
That's perfect-ish. Hi, folks. Welcome to TDD.Academy. I'm Lancer Kine, and over there is solopreneur David Kuntz. Hey, David. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well. It's getting hot though. It's hot down in Texas.
Woo-wee.
But did you hear it's going to be like 100 degrees up in Seattle area?
Wow. You know what? My wife was talking to somebody from Seattle, and she was kind of like, she was amazed at something about the weather. Now you've clued me in, because I get my news from the show, David. I wouldn't know what's going on in the outside world, except every now and then you give me a little bit of information. So Seattle's 100. Did you say 100, or did you say higher than that? 100.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been in Seattle when it was 100. I think I've been in the 90s, but not 100. I don't think I've been in Texas when it's been 100. So there we are.
Oh, well, welcome to the summertime.
It's going to happen. Everybody tells me. Though, actually, my neighbors were warning me. He said, don't get too used to it. It's been unseasonably cool. Because it's been, I think the highest it's been is in the 90s. It hasn't, 35 Celsius. That's not 100 yet. So, yeah. We work in Celsius over in Houston. I don't know if you know that, David, but there's a switch over. Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
Go to kilometers. Yeah, no, it's a thing.
No, that doesn't happen. Not in Texas. What's going on in the sci-fi world?
Wow. You know, David, we're running a series on Sci-Fi Thoughts about a movie props master, a guy who makes movie props, the things that make the movies happen. Like he showed me the Terminator arm. You know, the Terminator arm from Arnold Schwarzenegger time when it was a mechanical arm. He showed me.
Yeah.
He's got a picture of one with him in the Terminator arm. So he's worked on movies. He's worked on Star Trek. He's worked on Drew Carey show. Oh yeah, he was an extra, a regular extra on Drew Carey show, which is apparently quite an achievement because usually they don't have regular extras. But you know what he would do, David? This guy's a little saucy. These movie props guys, these artistes. He would show up on the Drew Carey show. He's there for a bar scene, and he would show up in a Battlestar Galactica colonial jacket. And you just show up, nothing, and then like he said, a few months later, people would come up. What are you doing? You were on the Drew Carey show in a Battlestar Galactica colonial uniform. It's like, so he would do stuff like that. He would just show up in random stuff, and he's got a good personality. That probably fit well with the Drew Carey show. So yeah, he was a regular there for a couple of years on Drew Carey as an extra, and so yeah, he does a lot. Does a lot of gig work. So hey, folks, if you're interested in learning about what's it like to be a movie props guy, go check out Sci-Fi Thoughts. His name is Tiki Al. Al is his real name. He does a lot of tiki things too around the Bay Area. He lives near or in North Hollywood. Yeah, his nom de plume is Tiki Al, and his last name is Cicada, which is a little tough to spell unless you know the Cuban how to spell it in Spanish. The reason why I know him is because he and I used to run in the same circles in Shanghai. So when I lived in China, that's where I met Tiki Al, and we had some good times over there. And he did some design work for Angry Robot Coffee, which was a coffee shop that I launched in Xiamen. So yeah, Tiki Al and I go back a bit, and he's a character, so he's really fun. He's always got a funny outlook on the world. What else? Oh yeah, Agile Thoughts. So that's the Sci-Fi Thoughts over here, but then we've got the Agile Thoughts over here. Agile Thoughts. So Agile Thoughts, for those of you folks who want to be or are a designer, and you're thinking like, man, I'm a designer, I'm used to like going through this waterfall, design documents, and then I'm gonna do the specifications. She'll talk about that transformation, going from spending 3 to 9 months on design docs. This is in probably the old days. It's probably still there. But 2, doing it in a sprint. So she went through that transition as a traditional, like I said, 3 to 9 months design documents. And I mean as a designer, and then there's of course specifications going on as well. and yeah, so she's going to talk about how to do design in the Agile world. So that's Agile Thoughts. Just Google it up,
That sounds
Agile
good.
Thoughts, and then Lancer if you have any problems. Sorry, consulting company named Agile Thought. We have a little bit of conflict there. But yeah, that's the way it is sometimes.
Have they sent you a longer letter yet telling you to cease
Not
and
yet.
desist?
I don't know who was first.
Don't give them any
Yeah, well, it's hard to
ideas.
say. I think I was first, but it's hard to say. It was pretty close. I remember that. I remember wondering about that. Oh yeah, so that's the story there. But I think, David, I've got a new job. Yeah,
New jobs?
no.
I'm all about
I accidentally
jobs.
got a job as an Android developer. I don't know how it happened, but shoot. I thought it was an iOS job, Swift, right? I'm okay at Swift. I've done some, right? But Android, holy smokes, man. I'm just learning from the get-go, learning from ground zero.
Are they going to let you use the new Kotlin
Yeah,
environment?
it's okay. You know, it's different, and it's Java-esque, and I like the Android Studio okay. I'm not like saying it's better than Xcode or anything. It probably refactors like a screaming meanie, so that part probably will be really nice.
All right.
But it's a different environment, so I don't know, David. I'm getting yelled at a lot at work. So I brought some of my work with me to the show, so maybe I can get caught up a little bit.
Well, what are we going to do? Let's jump in.
You know, I want to do some TDD on a. Here, let me show you. Let me show you what I got. And I want to do TDD on a very, very simple screen. And it's a simple screen, but it's the view layer, so it's a little sporty. Let me just run it first. Should have ran it before the show, but hopefully it works.
I hear that having an environment set up is a really good thing.
I heard that last week. I don't know who that was, but I got the environment. But you know, we'll see if it works. I didn't hit play yet. It says down here it's executing tasks. Moments ago, see down here. This I don't know if you can see it. Read here. Whew, yeah, let's see if I can.
Gradle build running.
Zoom in for the audience. Oops, not that.
Okay.
It's installing into the, and then launching. This is a lot like Xcode, where you're like, you have a simulator.
It's not at all like Xcode.
There's a simulator.
It's not
There's
at
a
all.
simulator, David. I'm telling you. Here, let me get this out of the way.
Yeah, there is a simulator. Yeah.
You know what? I should probably hide this so the audience doesn't have to look at my floating meeting controls. Hide floating meeting controls. Okay, cool. Someday if I think, where's my meeting controls, David, you'll have to say hit escape because I'm sure I'll forget.
Okay. Escape will show them to you.
All right, now it says launch succeeded. Now let's go find it. Hiding somewhere. Hopefully we don't have any too secret information around here. I'm not finding. Oh, whoa! There was something back there.
By so fast,
There was
it's
something
hard to
back
find.
there.
I think it was there. Hey,
Oh, all right, cool.
hello, first
Yeah.
fragment.
So we can type in numbers. Oops. Let's see. What is your social security number, David?
987 65 4321.
All right. Now, so that is a, you know, I just typed it in, but it's missing something that everybody says I have to do. You know, it needs to have dashes between there. I just didn't type in the dashes. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
So I don't know. This project over here, he's really on my case. I didn't tell him I was a beginner. So 987, it should be like this.
With
and then
dash.
like this.
No, there's only two
Oh,
digits in the
man,
middle.
see? People are so picky.
Yeah. I know all about Social Security numbers,
yeah.
so.
You collect them?
I've got a big collection of them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Along with email addresses.
So here we are. So I got this, whatever, I have this. And, but yeah, let's, you know, I'm told, David, that the expectations, I should be able to make this have dashes, I should be able to backspace and erase, and then when the dashes should not go away, right? And then when
okay.
I delete everything, I think there's supposed to be dashes there as well. But Yeah, so I guess we could probably TDD this out step by step. But yeah, what do you think?
I'm game for it. You've got some way of in the Kotlin environment hitting the screen, or are you gonna
Yeah, well, that was the Kotlin environment hitting the screen. I'm not sure what you're getting at there.
testing on the screen? So
Oh,
somehow you're gonna hit the keys, and it's going to punch the keys in the key.
robots. Yeah, you know, David,
Yeah.
I was just got a phone call before the show. I was thinking about the same thing, but you know, Taylor, he's always got to do
Yeah.
things the right way. Okay, and you know, Mr. The clothes and the code or the measure of the man, says Taylor Swift.
It's been a while since Taylor's been on the
He's
show.
been, you know, on a hiatus, and
What?
yeah.
Wonder if he's been like consulting with
I
somebody.
don't know. I can't imagine. See here, Nordstrom's maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chanel. All right. Well, anyway, Taylor says dude, it's about the microtests because they execute in milliseconds. Doesn't use a network. Doesn't use a file, and never a flake. Never a flake. He says if we go down the road of UI testing, you know, we might end up with some. We'll end up spending more time, or maybe the same amount of time as we did do unit testing, but then we're gonna have some problems if we don't have microtests. If we don't have microtests, they won't be fast. I won't be able to refactor. Yeah, sure. He says you could spend time typing it in and showing failing test cases, but he says, you know, who's got time to wait around for that stuff, man? He's like, you're a developer. You gotta you want fast feedback so that you can change a little bit of code, run the test, change a little bit of code, run the test, and keep getting constant feedback. So I said, Taylor, man, you're always raising the bar. So I guess that's what we ought to do.
Huh. You're going to take his word for it, just
Well, it's
like
Taylor
that.
Swift. I mean, come on, man. Who else?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So how are we going to go about doing this? That means we're going to have to we could ignore the UI and write a test that expects to be able to format characters, like a formatter.
Let me fix something here. I'm actually doing a little bit of OBS Studioing because I didn't have a camera set up for us in code. Oops, that isn't what I wanted. I want our heads floating around here while we're working on this baby. I'm going to try to get that there. One moment.
Well, this might be a behind-the-scenes look at OBS.
We'll see.
That's I keep hearing this term OBS, and I think
it's
to
a bunch of
myself,
BS.
oh, that's BS I don't want to mess with. And I thank my stars that Lance is an OBS
Sane
guru.
enough to mess with it. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get this live or not. I don't know. I think we're just gonna go with our no talking heads today. It's gonna slow me down more than I'm already gonna be slowed down. All right. So, anyways, everyone can see our screen, and
Yeah.
I gotta better reset something, or I'm gonna have trouble later. Okay, that's done. Cool. All right. So, what have I got here? So I've got this manifest that talks about. I just want to give the audience a quick run over. So we've got an application in the Android manifest that talks about the project stuff. We don't care about that. In Java, I have some logic, but main activity is the part that launches my app. It's like the start of everything, and second fragment. Okay.
Wow. So you're telling me that a Kotlin app has a Java launcher?
Why do you see a Java launcher? You probably do see a Java launcher.
Well, it has main activity. So in Java, so that would be the thing that the main activity must then somehow call into the Kotlin code.
Right. So let's see. This gets everything going. Let's take a look at this. On create options menu, options selected, and support navigation. And first fragment. I'm actually puzzled what that is. I don't remember what this is for. First fragment is on create view.
First fragment was a view that showed up on the screen.
Oh, is that what it was? Destroy view. So yeah. I see view language in here. And I see main activity. Oh, okay. I'm starting to remember how this works. This is code I worked on a couple weeks ago. So what's going on here? So at first fragment, which is, I'm trying to figure out how that connects to main activity. Might be hooked in some other way. All right, so main activity is the part that handles the events that you're typing in. As you type in, it is you know what, I'm seeing the events here, on create options menu, on option select, on navigate up. Okay, that's stuff I don't care about. Actually, this is all structure code. This is not code I wrote. So I don't think we care about that. But what I do care about is this. So what is this? This is this is a class that's observing the execution or the typing in on that text edit box. And you can see it's adding itself as a change listener.
As a watcher, okay. It
inherits from the app compat edit text class. And then the key point is, see this over here, the text watcher. By the way, is this font big enough, or do I need to go fix that?
It's a little bit small on the view screen for everybody.
A little bit better. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Change font size. This is the max stuff. I don't want that. Public preferences and appearance and behavior. Presentation mode? Huh, wonder how I get that working. Don't know.
Would it be an editor? Font size 13.
Yeah, let's try just making that larger, like 23. Okay. And let's hit OK.
I guess you have to say OK and it'll...
Boom. All right, that's it. And I can... Huh, that's interesting. I can almost make it zoom out with the mouse. Cool. How's that? Better? Might be too better. Maybe too better. It might be too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the text watcher. So that's the key point on all of this, is that the edit class normally normally isn't an observer. This one is an observer because this is my class. I wrote this class, and I inherited text watcher. And this is the thing I have highlighted now is the actual just edit text fella. That's the usual edit text class. So I'm inheriting from that, and I'm inheriting from text watcher so I can do these things. Yeah, listen in. Thank you. That's a great metaphor. So and because I'm also a view, I'm going to listen to myself. Okay. Now, I suppose if we're going to do TDD, we ought to start writing tests. But I want to give you a little bit of an overview here. So here's some text watching things. Like before the text changes, this is called. And then there's some interesting bunch of arguments that come from the text watcher. I want to use the word protocol, but that's not the right thing. And then you can see it's printing out. and it was printing out into the terminal. No, not the terminal. Probably the run
Console somewhere.
I'm gonna have to run it again.
There's a log.
There's an event log too. Did I type? I did type, so we should see things in there. Anyways, we'll try that again later. And then after the text changed, and when the text is being changed, and that's it. Okay. And so this is typing stuff out. So let's go ahead and make sure we know how to use the, David.
What?
Have a comment about this to me.
The print line? Do I have a comment about the print line? I enjoy a good set of print lines in people's code. It makes me feel like they cared about what their code was doing.
Oh dear, folks! I tried so hard. He should have said, "Lance, you can't automate things with a print line." But the reason why that was there is I was just trying to figure out how this thing worked. Because it turns out, David, and I know it might be a bit of a secret. I'm gonna out a secret on live on the show here.
Okay, can you find out where that print line actually went out to?
You're so picky, David. So, David, it turned out, don't tell too many other people. It's our secret between us. But it turns out the Android code, at least for TextWatcher, really has crappy documentation. It is really hard to understand, so I had to do that. I couldn't figure out what was going on. So, yeah, no. I just had to print line my way out of that one. Wow, where's my app? How come I not see my app? Oh, there it was. Get back in here. I don't even know how to drive an Android. Do you know how that is?
You're an Android virgin?
I've never touched one.
Only on the simulation.
Yeah, only on the simulation. Okay, so I think I've mucked up my my launcher. Come back, launcher. One of these buttons should get me back.
I'm not going to be any help here. I'm kind of an Android version.
Wow, you're going to see that.
Virgin
yeah, and you're okay
myself.
with saying that on live internets.
I am okay with saying that because I bought the iPhone from Steve Jobs when he was still alive.
You still have it, right?
Well, not the same one. No, I've traded up a few times.
If I got an iPhone that's from Steve Jobs, I probably would have kept it. But anyways, that's me. Hey, I'm gonna relaunch this baby.
Oh, I just meant the proverbial from Steve Jobs.
Oh, David, that's not the same at all. Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's not like I walked up to him and said, "Hey, Steve, slip me an iPhone," and he said, "Here you go."
Android wasn't even around then. Okay, I'm going to kill the simulator and relaunch so we can have fun and games with this baby. Saving state. All right, great. All right, let's try this again. I'll be careful this time.
I just want to know where this print line's going, because every time I see it, I'm going to charge you $1.
No, I'm gonna get some payback time. Wow, what's going on here? So it says run button up here, not down there. All right, launching app. Boom.
That's a good sign.
Don't need these Gardner Magic Quadrant stuff.
Simulator comes up.
Yeah.
You've got a few open windows on your machine.
Do, David, always do. All right, let's.
A good clean space. I'll bet Taylor has something to say about a good clean space.
All right, accessing hidden methods. I would say this is the right area, the run window. Let's find out. Let's type into that app and see. All right, app's here. Why am I not seeing my app?
Okay. It sometimes takes a while to spin up. It looks like it might not have booted. Launch succeeded. That's a good sign.
Oh boy.
Did you hit a breakpoint somewhere? That might be a suspend thread. Yep. I'd say you need to get rid of that guy.
Oh, there we are.
You put a breakpoint on a print. Oh, that's going to cost you double.
Oh no, David. Where's this continue button? Continue. All right.
Hit that run app. Yeah.
Pajama launch succeeded.
Launch
By the way,
succeeded.
I told people
Excellent.
that there'd be somebody on here who's not very good at Kotlin, doing Kotlin coding. I told
Yeah.
him to go throw us a message in the chat. By the way, what channel are you monitoring? Are you monitoring the YouTubes or the Twitches?
The Twitch.
Perfect.
I got the chat channel
Sweet.
up there. Stream chat.
Cool. All right, so launch succeeded again. And I'm going to flip over here. And I am not happy with what I'm seeing, David. This is not a good thing for my future Android career. I see nada. All right, what the heck? How did they break this? We're going to do I'm going to run all tests here. Yeah?
I would shut down the simulator and shut down the program and try to relaunch it.
Kill the studio? Oh.
No, I would keep the studio open. I'd shut that guy. And then I'd go back into here and I'd make sure that it had stopped.
Notice.
Okay, I think it failed stop monitoring emulator, so that's probably telling you that it's stopped.
Okay. Yeah.
So now I would rerun it and see if it doesn't push it out again.
All right. Let's do run app. Everything else looks fine. Grid build finished. Android emulator launched. I don't think there's any reason it should be super slow.
You don't have other breakpoints in there, do you? You didn't like sprinkle them around like they were candy, did you?
What's that mean? Implements. Oh, okay. Just telling us stuff. Yeah. Wow. I am a little bit unhappy. Let's see how this works here. I think I'm going to restart the whole schlemiel because it is not working the way it was the moment we started the show. Let's do hang on a second, what is this? Oh, what is this? This is a different kind of devices. All right, I'm going to restart Android Studio.
All right.
Android Studio. Those are our best shows where we restart the IDE.
Yeah. Restart your simulator too, or shut your simulator off.
All right.
Yeah, you don't want it running with the other thing disconnected.
Okay.
Java's got a lot of connections it's got to make.
Okay. Android Studio. Android. It's important to spell it right. That's funny.
Now, are you guys writing in the newest code base with the Android, what's it called, Jetpack library from JetBrains?
It might be okay from JetBrains. I think so.
Okay.
It's a fresh install. I installed it. Yeah. So as of like a few weeks ago, and the version of Android, it's a released version of Android. It's not like a pre-released version of Android. But if that makes
Okay.
sense. So okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So we're just having. I had the simulator launching. There's probably some newbie thing going on here. Android emulator. It launches the emulator. Don't know if it's installing my app. What's going on now? getting started. Is there any problems? That's really no typo. Terminal. Run. Oh, here's my output that we were talking about. See this?
Oh, on text changed?
So it's
I need to teach you how to write better print methods, man. You need to decorate them with some
why am I
asterisks
getting
and
on text change and I'm not seeing the app in the monitor? What the heck? All right, well.
are you pulling up the right monitor? Or you got the right simulator? Are you starting multiple simulators?
I do not think I have, let's see. I don't think I have multiple simulators. And QME system. Wow, I can launch a little activity monitor. Let me poke at this a minute. Back, home, overview. Let's go home. Maybe I need to turn it on. All right, that was interesting.
Is that for real? It has an on and off
I think it
button.
maintains our state because I turned it off probably a while back. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing.
Oh.
I think it maintained the state. So when I shut down the simulator, it remembers if it was on or off. I can imagine that being a test case. So there we are. Anyways, we've confirmed it shows up in the run. And
okay.
I don't know what this Davy.
And we now know how.
Davy. Interesting. I don't
What's
think that was
that?
me. That was not.
Oh.
But yeah. Sorry, let me back up here. Let's do some typing. Actually, let's just clear it. Clear all. And let's type in another social security number. Do you got another one, David?
Oh yeah, I
here.
do. It's
6.
666.
Now. After text change,
After
character 6 was entered. Before text change,
okay.
And then it gives us a bunch of information here about cursor position, number of characters to replace, count of characters. So this is this is calling the before text change event from being a text watcher. That's where this guy right here, and it's getting this information from the Android system via these parameters, and that's the story. It's telling us the cursor positions. All right, so we typed a 1 6 in. So we type in another 6 and a 4. The product owner would like there to be a dash after that.
Okay. Type in a dash. You want a dash? Type a dash.
So let's see what we got here. So 6. I typed a bunch of things. So we got a 6 6. Yeah, that's probably a little bit hard test because. But before text change, it was a 6 6. On text change, there's 664. And notice this says characters in text edit. That's the information we're getting in here. And so as long as we can manipulate the characters in the text edit, we can probably add stuff in there. So, David, I think we're ready to write a test. So I can see, I don't know if you see, well, okay, let me tell you about a risk that I see that we could find out with a test. Since this is inheriting from that and that, it's also a view and a text watcher, right? So single responsibility principle says, hey, don't be two things. I'm two things right now. And so either we have to make a second class for the text watcher code and inherit from that instead of text watcher, or we try and say, well, let's just try to new this up in the unit test and see if it cares.
Okay. I'd try that first.
Okay. We're going to see if it cares. Okay, cool. Good. All right. That'll get us down the path of writing our first test on Kotlin.
Yeah. I was going to say, how about let's write the test for 9, 8, 7,
Yeah.
dash.
Well, yeah, right. That would be that would be another test. But at least see if we can even new it up. Because on
Okay.
iOS, we would have some problems right there, right? It's if we new up a view class. I don't remember exactly what happens, but bad things seem to happen. Am I misremembering
Yeah.
something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. So let's add a test and let's just do the naive thing and go Java new. I'm not seeing test class. And by the way, I noticed there's a run tests. Hey, let's what happens if I run tests? Run all tests.
I'm assuming.
See, it's building down here. Oops. Oh, that's curious. I have to say, for a small project, this is taking a long time to build. You know that? I guess no, that probably shouldn't matter. So their process is finished. I got a test launcher over here. Default pack. Oh, there's an example unit test out here. I didn't even
Where is it?
making my life
How about that?
easy, maybe. Addition is correct. Where is it? Now, it's a little target button here. Lets me find it in the path. I'm always, by the way, I don't know about you, but I'm still being triggered every time I see the word Java. And I think, why am I saying Java?
Okay, I tell you what I did some weeks ago. I installed Android Studio and everything, and I got the first Kotlin example from the internet and put it on there. And the first thing it did was install all the Kotlin code into the Java directory. And I was like, well, that's a different language. Why would you put Kotlin language in the Java directory? And it did this, I guess, so that the Java runtime environment that runs Kotlin would be okay with running code from that directory. I don't. It was there was two things like that just really floored me. That you put Kotlin code in the Java folder for some
Yeah,
reason.
no, and that
In
this,
the
so by the way, I didn't manually build this. This was done as the template out of the box when you start it. So this seems to be the way it likes it.
Okay. Yeah.
And Gradle,
All right.
there's all kinds of Java stuff. You need Java to build it still, because Gradle runs on Java. Okay. Anyways, we got ourselves a unit test. So let's study it a little bit. So there's an org JUnit test for Kotlin.
Excellent.
And then there's the asserts. And then, so ta-da, local test, which will be executed on the development machine. So this is quite curious now, folks. This is a lot different than iOS. It sounds like, I mean, you see what I'm looking at there, David? That sounds pretty cool. That's how I want my iOS tests to run too. And I've done something like that because most of my iOS work, my Swift work was not on iOS, it was on Mac. And so of course I ran the unit test on the Mac. And so when I started doing iOS things, I'm like, why the heck am I running these things in a simulator that's slow, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I appreciate, this is kind of a promising move. Okay, so let's get our first test going here. I'm gonna add a new one using, we can see this is a template. Let me let's make sure the copy paste police isn't out there. Apparently in Houston they're called constables. I don't know if do they have police up where you're at, or they have constables?
Oh, they're police.
Really? That's really weird, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand Texas. There's
but
a lot of, it's a different place.
Yeah. I don't know. They say police on the side of their
really?
car.
No, yeah. See, I've never seen a police car yet. In Texas, I've seen sheriff and constables. You're like, what?
Okay.
And David, the community I live in, the police, there are people who look like police riding horses, and they're big horses. These are not like, I grew up riding horses, believe it or not. I'm from Montana. But these horses are like really hot. They're like, I would call Sorry, what are the Budweiser horses?
Draft
They're big
horses.
horses. What are
Dra-
babies are. I don't know if they're the
yeah.
Clydesdales, but they're probably a
Yeah,
little
like
bit step down maybe, but oh wow.
yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Huh. I guess if you're going to ride your horse all day long, you might you might want a big horse, especially if you're going to be a cop with 40 pounds of gear on them.
Yeah, well, I could add a Java class or Kotlin class. I guess I better add a Kotlin class. And yeah. All right, let's do this. Okay, so now we have to be careful here, David, because there's a Gradle build doing things, and so I want to make sure I'm putting it in the right spot. So I better honor the app source test Java area. Oh, right. Well, let me just do it and see what happens. This Android test has got me a little bit fuzzazzled. Maybe that's UI tests. Oh, wow. Okay, now it's going to give me some more information. It doesn't say test still.
I guess you want a class.
I was hoping it'd start telling me, give me through a test workflow. Oh, I got to give it a name. Okay, what are we testing here? What's the name of that bloody thing?
I don't know what the name of that bloody thing was.
Fragment. Here, I'll type first rate.
Input.
Main activity.
Exit.
Oh, there it is. Edit text observer. All right, edit. Test, KT. All right, and Shazam. And let's paste. and rename this. I probably shouldn't have done this. I might have lost my package. I'm going to undo this for a second. It actually didn't fill in the package name. That's interesting. All right.
All right, your name and yours KT as in Kotlin, and this other one was,
oops.
I'm guessing, a Java test.
Oops. I think maybe it was embedded. Maybe my rename shouldn't have included the extension. So I'll probably need to go back and whack that. Anyways, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to rename this thing to edit text observer test. Wow, that was kind of nice, right? How'd that make you feel? I don't know if you could feel that, but that was the magic of Android Studio. Okay, I think everything else is fine. I have 2 tests now doing the same stupid test. Let's just see if it works. And the KT's gone. Did you notice that?
Uh-huh. I do notice it now.
I just did it. Anyways, let's just run the tests. And I like that it's side by side now, even though they're in separate directories. As far as I know they are. All right, let's run.
Yeah, but it looks like it's not in the same location, if you ask me.
Because
as example unit test.
Oh, this is, yes, I agree with you. Oh, okay, let's look at this. Here's the path, da-da-da-da-da, source test. You see where my mouse pointer is? And then go down to here, source test, da-da-da-da, Java.
Yeah.
This one is source test. You know what? We didn't get a package. So I'm just realizing that they have a lot of package folders here, but I'm gonna run it and just see what the heck happens. Because I don't really like folders, and I'll change the package if I have to. So let's run the test. Let's be curious how this works. It's kind of fun working a new language. You know, the old, like, if it were hang-ups from Java.
You do realize that you rely on a lot of things with your other language that are known. Yeah. And you have to relearn all these simple little things.
Or maybe test your assumption, like, oh, will this work if I don't have the right folder, but I have it in a different package? Is that going to be okay? Oh, in Java, definitely not. But cool, so that worked. So we're good. That was good. All right, let's make this a real test now. Let's see if we can do this. So the first test we talked about is, the hypothesis is we can new up this class in a test. Let's find out.
Okay.
This thing is called a edit text observable. Edit. Okay, so edit. Okay, now I have to remember what language I'm in. So I'm going to have to back up and look at code a lot because the syntax is a lot different than I'm used to. So let me think how to declare these things. And I don't have any things. I don't have anything declared. I'm trying to look for a declare line so I know how to new up an object.
So
Do you know? Go ahead. Late.
You're in
Vars.
Kotlin land, and Kotlin land is going to be,
Vars.
yeah, much like
I don't need this one anymore.
Swift
Yeah,
land.
yeah. No, I did. It's very interesting how they're both similar. Okay, so var. Doesn't matter. Var. So a value object is an object that doesn't have a reference, and a var object is a reference. The value objects, well, that's all I know right now.
Variable versus constant.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Okay, I wanted to say that, but I didn't because I thought, I don't know for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so edit, text, observer, text, colon, is a, or new. Let's go, I have to go cheat back to my classes that have code in them so I can see how it's newed up. How do we new this up? Well, we do colon, type, and then equals. But I think it can also, yeah, colon, type, and then equals. You can do that.
Well, you're going to do okay, go ahead. I'm using my Swift and thinking Kotlin and Swift are very similar.
So what okay, let me get it working and then we can try something.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure this will work. Because edit text, is it an observer? Is that what I'm testing? Yes, I'm testing observer.
Uh-huh.
And equals new edit text. Oops, sorry.
You don't use the word new.
Okay.
You use
Same deal there. Oh, now it's going to need some arguments because there were arguments and no colon. Semicolon. Okay, so now how do we new one of these up? This might be where we start getting in trouble right away. We need a context and an attribute set. Yeah, okay. Right there. Those are two things that we don't normally have to do because we are those are two things that you need for a view. See, this is about that XML that's used to declare the view. The views are declared in this XML work down here. And context is, I guess I gotta hover over the type. Global information about the application environment. So those are two things we won't have. So this one's optional. This one is not. Let's continue the experiment. Let's just see if we can make two of those things up. I think I kind of know what will happen here because I vaguely remember stumbling down this before. But let's give it a quick shot as soon as I figure out how to close some of these things I don't need and get back to my test. Here it is. So I need a context. Do I have to declare the type? I mean probably not.
Probably need a type identifier. Yeah.
Probably like
Lowercase
I don't know.
context.
I really don't know. Maybe an hour. Okay. Bye bye. Context. Okay. Do I just declare the type and then a comma, or do I have to do a?
No, you're doing a parameter name called context lowercase, and then you're doing. Oh my goodness, it got code completion going for you, huh?
We're gonna be kind of spoiled pretty soon. What was the other type? The other type was.
I don't remember.
Oh, attribute set.
It was. I didn't. I thought it. Attribute. Yeah. Attribute set.
And I'm not getting any help here. It's probably angry because I haven't solved this other problem, so I probably need to back up. Yeah. Okay. So we got to make this happy before we get the other part working. So context. How do I get information on how to new that up? What do you need, Mr. Context?
It needs parameters sent to it.
Right. I'm trying to get to express that. Like what parameters does it want? story hitting complexity. So I think this,
The,
yeah,
the fact that it's got a red context,
true.
delete one of those and see what happens.
Right, true. Okay, delete one of these. Context. Why does it have a context? Context. That deleted. It helped me and deleted a whole bunch of stuff. Whoa.
It doesn't let you.
I can't be blamed for all of this. They're doing their own what do you call it? Edit text observable for the whole thing, and it's
Yeah, they are.
kind of
Yeah.
we're stepping on each other a little bit. So, in a sense, context colon. What if I click on that? No, right. Colon.
Yeah, that's what we had before.
It's not giving me as much help. Well, it actually is giving me some help. Adders, colon,
ATT. Okay.
set. Okay, let me look at one of these classes. Let's look at this class for a moment, because it's doing something like that. Okay, context, colon, context, attribute. So those are declarations. And it has to come up text watcher. I don't know, David. So here's my first reaction. So far, it's given us, it's making it hard for us already, and I don't know if there's value to following this design where it's inheriting from that. So what I propose is let's adjust the design, and maybe we can avoid dealing with context and adders. Also, I have a hazy memory of doing something like this on another project in Android, where the context caused us to. I think it starts heading down the direction of static mocking to get a context, and I remember it wasn't. It's possible in theory, but it's like complexity, and so why do that? So I think we can make our life easier just by changing our design strategy. So let's go back to. Do you have a hard stop, by the way? Because we might run a little long.
No, I got all night.
Okay, so here's what I would like to try. I want to create a new class that's going to inherit from TextWatcher and move this code in here into it, because that's going to be my new class. And then I can unit test that new class. And this bugger, so I'm going to do some refactoring without unit tests. Don't have unit tests right now, folks.
Okay.
This happens with legacy code. We hope that this is always built with unit tests. Well, we're just getting started. We don't have any unit tests for anything right now. We have a prototype here that uses print statements. That's how you know it's prototype. You should never check in that code. So what I'm going to do is take this line is still okay. This is going to belong in this class. But this is going to turn into a new class, and then this code that's associated with it, that handily has the comment text watcher on it, is going to go in a new class. So I think everything I have taken, oops, except for maybe this one. Yeah, super on text changed. That's a super. What's going on there? Everything else was text watcher related. This one I'm a little bit less certain because I didn't write it. Like maybe I wasn't consistent. Oh, it was public abstract. Let's just move it with it and see what happens. All right. So most of the guts of this class is all about text watcher. So I'm going to extract that, refactor. Let's see what we got here. Do you have any toys to play with? Move.
Extract interface, extract superclass, inline.
Oh, I don't want a superclass. I want a class. Oops, it's weird I get render errors. I wonder what move does. That doesn't work well in Eclipse either. And nested classes. Okay, so I'm cut and paste. There. And we're going to make a new class, and I'm going to come back and get this later, so help me remember to do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a new class called, what are we going to call it? So this class has a single purpose. We want social security number formatting. So this edit text observer is going to be like the social security number text observer. I don't know. I don't really like the word observer in this case, but social security number. So I'm going to call it SSN. Can we do that?
Uh-huh.
And I could call it edit
Observer.
text, or just observer. Observer. It's called a watcher. You know. I probably ought to leverage that because we're going to inherit from text watcher. Should we have
Okay.
text watcher? I guess.
Yeah, text watcher.
All right. Sweet. Cool. Sometimes by just changing our design, we might make our life a lot easier. Let's find out if that happens. And then let's say it's colon text. Oops. Capital. Oh, it's angry with me. Why are you angry with me?
Get rid of your space in text watcher.
Oops. I wonder what language that's in. Okay, edit text observer. Go back and borrow some syntax thought. Okay, colon, stuff. Looks right. Take this away for now. We'll come back. It's angry.
So you might need a package import
Good idea.
for text watcher.
My widgets and imports probably too. All right,
There's Android text watcher.
nice.
Take them all, huh?
Parse them down. I don't want the constables chasing me around. That is so weird. So Dallas, they have cops. I don't need a context. I'm just going to do that. Don't need that. Package, import, public class. My class, social security, text watcher. I feel like my syntax must be really off. Package. Everything looks pretty good. Why is it angry? Just commenting out. See if I can make it. That's what I have to do. Toggle it.
After after text watcher, don't you need parens
1 second, I'm gonna.
on the declaration of the class? Am I wrong?
Well, maybe. Let's just talk.
Oh, I don't know.
It's kind of angry about a lot of things. I'm getting the sense that Kotlin's a little angry right now. Let's see here. Okay, we have a package. We have imports. And wonder why it's angry about this. Because it needs a text watcher. It'll get one soon. Don't worry. Okay, so it does have colon, parentheses, whatever. Yeah, parentheses. I don't know if they all do. Let's take a look. Okay, they don't all. So if it doesn't need them, it doesn't have it. But then the colon thing has it. Okay, this one has one here. Well, that's curious. Like if I put one here, will it make it worse? Oh, it looks like it's an optional thing. Really? Yeah. It's gray. Okay. This don't need it, but you could do it if you felt like it. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go back to that. Sorry, I'm getting. And this class doesn't have one either, but it's this. This is text watcher.
Okay. No.
But this one needs one.
No parameters passed in. You don't need the parens. So
And I should get
optional.
errors because I've taken out all the stuff that is required for the text watcher to work. So I should get an error. But it's angry right at the top. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. We just got to go through these. So it says, hey, bro, your package is my widgets and you're not in the right place. I don't know where I'm really at. Oh, look, I'm in test, David. Shoot. I added it to test by accident. All right, let's not do that. How do I make it go to the right place? I would drag and drop it, but this view isn't a file type view. Resource manager probably will help. No, not at all. Structure. All right.
There was a move option on something. Where was that?
Well, that's for like class variables. You can move them.
Oh.
But there should be a move down here at this level too. New. Find usages. Refactor. Well, let's try this move as well. Rename file. Move class. All right. To class my widgets. Or package, I mean. Target destination directory, not the one with test. This one. All right, well, cool. This is probably a good tip for you if you're heading down the Kotlin path that you. This is very important to read this thing up here to see where the heck the class, it's not in the wrong spot, like in a test. Why doesn't it exist? All right, fine, make it exist. But I don't understand how I have a my widgets for this here. You know what? It didn't care. That's weird. So I don't understand why this one can just like hang out in this Java directory, and this one has to go in the my widgets directory. But whatever. It's I'm gonna let that one go. Okay. Because it really seems like that should be in the Java directory, and if I didn't have enough problems to deal with, I will move that to the right place. But right now, I don't want to make the computer any more angry at me. So I want to walk carefully.
All right, I have no idea what problem you're trying to solve
All right,
now.
we're going to get this guy to compile. So his package kind of looks like he's in the right spot. But it's all red. How come it's still red? I've got like things commented out down here. How can you be angry about this? All right, let's do this. Can't be angry with me now, right? It is not. All right. So why are these little red squiggles here? Semicolons.
I don't know what they're supposed to mean.
I think it thinks I'm in Java. It wants a semicolon. That's like a red alert if I ever saw one. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this. We're going to re-add a new class. New Kotlin. Maybe we pick Java. You know, we've been doing Java a long time. Something smells funny here. New Kotlin class file, yes. And it's going to be called SSN text watcher 2, just for a moment. And this is the text watcher class. All right, enter. Wow, look at that. It's not angry with us again. That's good.
And it, okay.
So let's put all this stuff in there. Oh yeah, so we accidentally got ourselves doing a Java file, my friend, because it says, hey, and this is curious, like Android Studio, like it remembers I copy paste from a Java file. Are you sure you want to do that? And I'm gonna say, yeah, baby, because, well, you know what? Turns out that was not what you thought it was. All right, my widgets can go away. Look at this package, my widgets, insanity.
Yeah. What's that mean?
Why did that happen? It kind of seems like, I don't know, I'm going to make the computer angry. I don't mind re-adding this completely from scratch because this is just getting silly. Yes, I'm going to, can I delete this? No, I have to keep some of this code because I actually wrote it. I mean, you don't want to lose it. All right, so this watcher we're going to delete now. though I actually want to import some things. That's weird. I didn't copy. My copy pasting did not include some header stuff that I should have brought, like what am I missing? I'm missing things like org JUnit test. No, I'm not in the test. I'm writing regular code now. Why am I confused? I'm trying to work out. I don't think I care about any of these things. Oh wait, there was a text watcher. I did care about that. Okay. All right, we're gonna get this bloody test going. Yes, it's okay. No, do you want to convert it to Kotlin code?
Wow.
It already is Kotlin code, my friend. All right.
How do you know?
I'm just gonna say that. All right. Okay, now I should get this because I haven't implemented anything that it needs. What's all that about? I don't know. All right, I'm just gonna let it unleash this. You see what's going on here? This is a little weird. I have a SSN text watcher
Nope.
KT. Oh, my class name isn't 2. All right, that might make some of it happier. Okay.
Nope, I am lost in what's going
Well, I'm
on.
just fighting syntax. I don't know if... Okay, cool. So this is saying the right things. It's angry now for good reason. It's saying like, look, bro, you're not abstract, and you're not implementing any of those things that you're supposed to because you inherited from TextWatcher. Does that make sense? So when I uncomment this code, watch and be amazed. It should actually be happy. David's going like, yeah, whatever, we'll see. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
The odds are stacked against me. It happens. All right, code.
Are you trying to uncomment?
Are you going to make me do this by hand? There's a way to do this.
I'd try something like command/.
Bam!
They're
How did you know that
gone,
would
baby.
undo? I thought I thought command slash would do it, not undo it. All right, there we are. Oh, a little angry.
It's a toggle.
Oh, is
It's
it?
command/ will redo it.
And is it toggle like what ID? Are you an IDEA IntelliJ user?
No, I'm not.
How did you know that? Then? Where is it? Where does it toggle? Does it toggle in Xcode that way? Is that why you said that?
Yeah, that's an Xcode idiom.
So now I made it a little less happy. I'm not sure why, but let's figure it out. This class doesn't have a constructor. All right. Apparently.
Take off the paren. Yeah.
And why do I have a?
You've got a function inside a function.
Yeah, that's not right. Something's on text changed. Got like. There's an on text changed here, and somehow I've got a mess. And
I would assume that got copied in there by mistake.
okay, I'll double check that before we go too far, because I'm trying to do a proper refactoring. Okay, in fact, let's go back and do a proper refactoring. Let's make sure, because we got a lot of manual steps. So folks, let's get us on camera for a second here. When you're refactoring code that was working, right? You saw I had very minimal functionality, but it was working minimal functionality. If you're doing a lot of manual steps in your refactoring code and you start questioning, did I do everything right? And then you saw us fighting with the syntax and creating Java files instead of Kotlin files. Those are all bad smells. Those are smells that really should say, you know what? We haven't invested that much time into this. Let's just back it up and do the copy paste move again. Because copy pasting is pretty easy. We just had a misstep where we got it in the Java file, and then for whatever reason we had that thing show up in the wrong spot. So how would we do that? Well, we use the Wayback Machine. That's what undo is invented for. So if we go,
Can it undo that far back?
it was just one file we have to undo, which is the original file it came from. But I'm also going to delete this thing because I don't want this text watcher. Wow. Yeah. Apparently, David, I have to double click over here too. I got to watch myself. I am not used to this. I do not like at all. I have to double click to change my file focus. If I just tap it, it doesn't do it. I have to double tap it. I suppose it's so you can do property sheets or something. I guess I can understand that. Anyways, I want to delete this. I don't need this. And I want to go back to this file, edit text observer. And this is the one we started with. And if I just do undo, other files affected by this action have already been changed. Oh, it's going to try to undo. This is a global IDE undo. All right, well, that's going to be a little different. Maybe I don't want to do that then.
I got to step away for a second. Yes, you are. I'm David.
David, I'm Denise. Nice to meet you. Oh, Denise. She said she'd be back. Cool.
Yes, that she is. You want to leave that here?
Yes, let me just park it right here.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear
Get
you.
out there.
I have dogs, so they've got to pass the dog
Oh.
test. Sure. How are you? Oh. So I took the long way. My truck to like this little module. I can't read what it did. And I thought that 114, not business 114.
So because I don't have a clean way to undo without.
Oh, turn around.
Well, let's see here.
But we're here. Here, let's carry
I
yourself
could
upstairs. Okay.
undo. You know what? I can just do the global undo. That's okay. That's all right.
It's just that's okay. Yeah.
I'll throw myself in the arms of the global undo, but not completely. I will go in here and make a copy of this just in case.
The bathroom's
I
right up
regret
here.
my decision.
Yeah.
Undo deleting class. Okay. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, I've never worked doing IntelliJ, sorry, yeah, much, and so I'm not used to global undo.
Come on now. Yes, what would you like? Sparkling water, Coke, or ginger ale, or a Dr. Pepper, or I have not had ginger ale for years. It's a diet ginger ale. Just a few bubbles. So what do you got
I have a
going on
feeling
with the
I'm going to
green
be unhappy
screen?
and I'm going to be in I'm going to be in this weird, like,
I'm
mixed state.
Yeah. What did you change the background? Yeah.
Still just undoing around in this place?
Yeah, so let me show you that while you have a drink. So this is the weird room that's just a transition to
Oh,
the
this is not going as
outside.
fast as I wanted to. I have to keep hitting OK. Is there a way to use the mouse to see? Let me see what's going on here. Edit, undo. Yeah, it's just gonna. I think it's getting there, but I don't like how it's gonna be a slow step. I thought this was gonna be a faster step. Holy smokes! Seriously, if I have to keep clicking OK. Oh boy. Wow. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I'm about ready to like abort my, because I don't like this part. All right, I don't like doing that all day. And I don't think I'm getting anywhere. I did get Text Watcher back. All right, I'll try one more. If it doesn't do something soon, I'm going to be... So what happens if I do redo now?
Oh, don't make me go
Yay,
through
I
it
can do that
all.
faster. Okay. Seriously? Is that all the redo steps I have? Yeah.
So you're trying to get back to a kind of a
Steady
very first.
But the state we just
Yeah.
started at, because everything we learned a bunch of things, but we didn't write code that we care to keep. And that's the way computer development usually goes. Is if you have to learn, know what to write. The computer's training us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, edit observer. Edit observer test is still there. Come back to that. So it's the refactoring I was doing, and this is calling this, and it doesn't have the text edit, and I've got a...
So there's the guest bathroom,
this.
and then this is the
and I have
master.
that.
Section.
So what I want to
Well, we're gonna
have
redo,
is
we repainted everything, but we need to redo
this
the
class have, here I'll just show you.
No, I really like that.
I don't think this is going to be any, let me undo that. I think I'm going to toggle it again and then fix it.
How do you toggle it? Select it all and then do command /.
Butterfly slash. Okay. And let's see, what do we got here? We have this angry situation. Okay. My widgets, text watcher, public class, text watcher, inherits from text watcher, and
Get rid of the parens.
and then this has got a syntax issue because I got a on text changed in here twice for some crazy reason.
Yeah, so this is a little bit darker
All right.
gray, and then we're painting.
What happened with
so this is the original color when
Yeah.
we did it, so it has
Yeah,
that
let's see.
kind of tone.
this? Is this a?
But this.
I can't figure out what file we're in. Is this a Java file again?
I don't know if there's a way to make this stay selected.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
But do you want a Java file or a Kotlin file?
I hope it's I want a Kotlin file. And
Okay. I'm trying to figure out which one this is.
There's little K's by the Kotlin file. Guess what I don't have here?
Case. KT.
No! Java has got us again. All right. Copy. Is that because this one's the Kotlin file? Am I in the wrong file? All right, we got to get rid.
I don't know what you're doing
because. Right? And this one looks good.
Yeah.
So I'm deleting this one. Gotta do it. Delete. Let's just say, are you sure? I don't want anything to be saved. I just want you to delete it. All right, cool. Now we got this guy. And now we're going to rename this file to match the name, even though that probably isn't necessary. But it'll keep our minds from
Refactor rename.
file. Yeah.
Okay.
well, he's an old
All right,
guy,
cool.
but he looks
Cool.
way.
All right. You removed the KT. Does that mean that it's now a Java file?
I did, but it thinks it's a file now. Apparently it needs the KT until it takes it away for us.
So mad, and you know, usually I keep him a little fluffier, so he doesn't get so strong.
I don't know.
All right. I think I made it happy again. Although this is, I don't know, there's some red underlines. What's it care about here? Okay, so I got a K over here. Kotlin, I'm Kotlin now. And
It's all
there's
upstairs.
something unhappy here for some reason. And I'm not getting a hint. Well, super. Why do I have super? Because I'm a abstract classes can't be.
You had to, did you make you or you? Well, and then
All right,
it's
that's a
the-
little roundabout, but I'm gonna say,
it's elevated. Yeah. Well,
oh,
you fired. And then
I seem to have another. I'm on untext change. I have untext change being called again. Why would I ever do that?
I
Okay. Sorry, man. Must be some bad copy pasting. Something happened. That's not cool. Everything's printfs, right? That's pretty. See, this is actually easy to debug. We know there's just be print lines in this bloody thing. If it was complicated code, we would be really screwed. All right, now let's see if I can get this thing happy again. It's got something. Let's go look at the problems. Unresolved reference
goes on night at 8.
in my text watcher. Oh, okay, so I need some more types.
What happened between 6:30 and 8:30?
I'm looking for something to tell me. Here it is. Boom, imported.
import. All right.
All right, now we go back to here, and I know it's going to be unhappy because we haven't made it.
That's, that sounds like.
All right, so we still have this weird thing where this is in a my widget
Would you like
folder,
a sparkling wine?
and I don't know why. And this one did not need that. That's just weird, but I'm going to let that go. So this needs to inherit from my new thing, and we're going to run it and see if the refactoring, that which actually got kind of insane there, is worked out or not. Edit. Oh, no, social security number now. Social security number, text, watcher.
So I have a Prosecco Rosé
Oh,
and
David,
a Prosecco.
I'm really cutting into your party time. I hope to wrap this up soon, at least get it set up for next show. All right, a second comment there. I believe that, I'm guessing that's the syntax. And it probably needs an import. All right, well, let's see if this intel.
You might want to put a space after the R.
Sorry, what's that? Might want to what?
You might want a space, white space after it. I don't know if you need it, but it seems to.
It's all right, it was worth a
Okay.
try. So we have to import. Wait, they're in the same package, but are they really? Unresolved reference. All right, so this is what I did in my Java days. I would do this. I would go my widgets dot. So she knows text watcher. Boom. And then it's unhappy. Only one class may appear in the super type list. Okay. I know it gave us multiple choices there. What else? Only one class. Okay, so it's a class. Oh, we got a problem here, gang. Son of a gun. I didn't think about that. Is that we can only inherit from one class. That is the way it is in Swift too, right?
No, I don't think so.
I might be getting spoiled or something. So it's actually finding it now, but it's a separate. It can only inherit from one class. Although, so in the past, this had a. It inherited from the class, and it implemented an interface. Now, it's inheriting from a class and inheriting from a second class, and it doesn't want to do that. So that means we're going to have to use composition, meaning put the class inside of this. I feel like I'm a little bit puzzled because I feel like I saw examples on the internet that did this, but they probably had this inherited in the other class. And if I move that code in there, then we're going to have to bring in context and attributes again, which point I've been trying to do is avoid doing that. So I think we're going
Yeah.
to use composition. So what does that mean? That means we're not going to use inheritance. And we're going to have a class variable, class value, I think will be fine. Oops. Okay, I gotta Kotlin this up here. It's going to be
Watcher.
that type.
Without the parens, yeah.
Equals. And let's see if I can new it up right in here. Okay, and then the this won't be this, it will be watcher. Wow, that was a workout. This has been an episode of Refactor Academy. Okay, so I think it's okay. I think I should be able to run this. Well, something's unhappy in my test case, but that's fine. We'll come back and we're gonna do a man. We're gonna go back to the 1970s and 80s. We're gonna do a manual test, see if our code works. Because well, we didn't do the animation yet, folks. We might have to save that for part 2. Let's see if we can get at least the refactoring to work.
Does your code
Does the
compile?
code compile? I believe this system. Wow, there's a new version of Kotlin at once. How about I click on that?
Don't install it. Don't.
But I want to, David. It's new.
Don't hit the
New
button.
means better.
Don't hit the button.
Lance. Walk away from the edge. You know. Okay. So, hang on a second. I just noticed something is not quite on my screen, right? Because I think my screen is too. Oh, sorry. All right, I'm gonna ignore that problem. Audience at home probably can't quite see that last line for some reason. Okay. Anyways, let's run the code. It's compiling. I think it will after I save this. Why is this unhappy? There's no red. There's a red underbar, but there's no red in my file. So I'm going to say that it's okay, and I'm going to run it.
There is a red line on line 11. There's a gutter on the right side. Oh, those aren't. Maybe they're not red. Maybe they're
I
yellow.
think it's warning me.
Okay.
I don't know what it wants. I'm going to run the app, and if it doesn't build, then we'll know. But I might accidentally install that new Kotlin. Right in the middle of a refactoring session. Yes, install Kotlin. Okay. How come it says my test passed? Oh, that run must run the last thing you did. All right, so I need a different kind of run. Make project. All right, get up here. Come on, baby. Run. All in. That should be it. It should be just that. That shouldn't run tests. It's running the test though. Ah! That's funny. I want to run my app though, not my tests. There's a hammer. That means run all in. Okay. Let's go over it. Maybe the context menu will get me. Set the context. Run all tests. Nope. David.
No.
I don't know how to run my app.
How do you run the app?
Shoot.
You've got to switch context somehow.
Well, the run dot dot should help. That's what it does in Java. And this is kind of like Java. There it is. It's got the little Android head there. I hope this is a good lesson to you, David, about what you're going to go get into if you build apps.
Oh yeah, it's a good lesson to me. It says stay in iOS land where
Or at
things
least,
work.
you know, you're getting a taste. So when when you're working on your own, you're like, oh yeah, I remember this problem. And here goes. Come on, baby. What I want to see is the same text field that does not help us with social security number. And this OpenGL renderer, Davey, it makes me laugh.
Davy. I wonder what that
Launch
means.
succeeded. I have to Google that one.
I wonder if this is like Davy put his touch on it.
What's this? Is this a...
The GL renderer, Davy.
So if I type stuff
Anyway.
in, we should get messages, right? Like 6. Yeah, on before. All right. So I believe we've successfully refactored the code before, on, and after. We don't have automated tests that are more diligent actually at confirming that, but we didn't have automated tests when we started. So we are set up now. Okay. Can I before we go, David, can we do one more thing? Can we just new up the class that we wanted? We moved our text watcher in a separate class just so we can new it up. So let's see if we can new it up. And
Let's see if we can do
we're
that.
off to Wine Fridays. And let's not look at this. And probably will delete it, but I'm kind of keeping it there in case I need to.
You want to do it in the test or the
And
implementation
rename
class?
this test. I'm not sure why. I'm curious why you said implementation class, but can you explain yourself while I'm changing this name? Edit. No. Social security number. SSN text watcher test. And that's all good. Refactorage has happened. Now we want to new up that baby because remember, folks, we all started down this path because we just wanted to. We were in our innocence to the Android Studio or developing an Android. We thought, you know, we're going to unit test something. Let's new up the class. Well, the problem is, folks, I'm telling you, there's dragons waiting for you. They can't see me shaking my finger there. I got to change camera. There's dragons waiting for you in context. There be dragons. And there are ways to work around it, but you're going to be going like Stack Overflow, this and that, and you're going to have to learn some advanced mocking techniques because there's some static functions waiting for you. Now, if you're an old hand at Java and you heard the word static function, you already know what I'm talking about. And then attribute set was not as big a dragon, but it was no piece of cake either. So the last time I did something like this, these two things were a lot of trouble. So if we can avoid the trouble, we're going to save ourselves a lot of time. Okay, cool. So after all that lecture, I forgot what I was doing.
You're going to new up the class. I'm still waiting here.
Tap. My wine's waiting for me. Okay, so var. Same thing. Edit. No. Social security number.
No, watcher.
Oops.
Okay.
And colon. Oh, watcher's good. Yeah. Thank you. Let's
Watcher equals. You don't need to tell it it's type because you're going to just give it its type and it's going to infer it from.
You are a wise man. Do I need to put? I probably do.
You need the parens there. That says execute. That's the new of Java.
Initialization, David. Initialization. It's not a new. Whatever,
okay.
You know, like it's at home.
New.
Like it's different. Anyways, let's run it. Let's run the test. So the good news is we're actually the IDE hasn't told us you can't even write the code. So let's write the code.
Yeah, but I'm used to getting red underlines under everything before it works.
Shoot. Well, we did.
We skipped the red underlines.
Red underlines earlier. So I'm going to run all the tests. We have to remember a couple things for next week. Like number one, we have to know we have to use the run ... to change context from testing because this will happen again next week. I'm telling you. All right, there it goes. It ran in 0 milliseconds like a unit test should, folks. Hey, see, I got to fix the camera next time too. So when I shake my finger, people can see me shake my finger. So there, the thing ran in 0 milliseconds. It wasn't even measurable. That's the way a unit test should run.
immeasurably fast.
Honestly, David, I don't know about you, but this is promising. This means TDD should work better on Android than iOS because frickin' iOS, Apple, and Xcode all conspire to make us run everything in the simulator. And if we want to run microtests, we don't need the whole simulator, folks. We just need the Swift runtime. So come on, Apple. Make things easier for us. Go talk to Alexi. Make our Vue classes testable, please. And also, we don't need to run everything in the simulator. We just need to run our unit tests in an environment on the Mac. We don't have to ship it over there. Do you agree, David, or do you think you're crazy, man?
I have no idea what you're rambling about.
I'm rambling about. Look at this, 0 milliseconds on a unit test. Can you run a test that fast on Xcode? I'm pretty sure no.
Well, it has a little bit more precision in its timing, but close.
Because the problem it's got to run in this simulator. Xcode, the unit tests on Xcode on iOS, let me be more specific, run in a simulator, right?
Because you're simulating on the Mac. Yeah. You don't have an actual iOS device, so you have a simulator for the iOS device. So you're not running it.
It's running it in an iOS simulator. And it's using network, at least it's on the host. So your tests are client-server applications. Your test is running as a client, sending a message to iOS simulator, load my test. And then it's going to say, run my test. And then give me the results back on that test. It's using network calls for a friggin' microtest. It's actually impossible to have, to be completely insulated from network calls on iOS. Now, on Android, maybe they're being sneaky about it and they're doing the same thing and I can't tell. But I don't see it launching a simulator. It didn't tell me it did that. I think it says somewhere in here, launching in, sorry, this Kotlin thing, I'm going to have to click on it soon. Launch. Didn't it say something about launching it on the desktop? All right, let's run it again. We don't have to wait very long. Let's run it again. And all tests. Though I do have some stalling on the studio. Come on, move. Good grief, man. All right, so down here it says Gradle build finish. Where did I get this whole rant was generated because I saw it say something about it's running locally on. Apparently, I'm insane and I can't find that where it said that triggered that whole rant. But anyways, wow, it's up to 1 millisecond now, David.
Yeah, I don't know what you're ranting about, Grandpa.
I guess I'm going to say that again for next time. Then I'll. Anyways, okay, cool. So next time we could build our actual functionality for Social Security numbers. Sound good?
Okay.
The pressure's off you, David. It's all on my shoulders now. I gotta deliver more show next week.
The pressure is on me.
Me. I'm used to
yes.
kicking back and I'm just gonna coach a little bit. Now I've got to do some typing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We could do the strong pairing type, and you could, navigate, and I could do the typing.
You mean tell me what the type kind of thing? Is that what you're saying? You're gonna drive via me? Oh, hold on a second. I have no idea what you're talking about, David. Let me just start with that. What are you talking about?
Okay.
There might be promising here. Let's hear it.
Llewellyn Falco created this concept in pair programming called strong something
so
pairing.
Exercise a little bit here, bring in the guns. Gonna get.
And the concept was that only through communication of the intent does the intent get into the computer. And it goes from the navigator to the driver who doesn't create intent. The driver does what the navigator's intent is. And that concept of pair programming creates two people that know what is supposed to happen, that the computer, so that they're in sync all the time.
We're going to write a comment about this right in the code, so we remember this. There's a couple, this is probably a good point to like hang on so we don't make the same mistakes last time. Like, oh, by the way, look at this. Folks, I finally found what it said there. Example local unit test, which will execute on the development machine host. Which technically happens on iOS too. It just runs in a simulator. So, anyways, so back to our regular scheduled rant or unrant. See, testing documentation. So I could read more there. Oh, that's actually, I'm gonna leave that so I could have a more informed rant next time. So a couple things. So David's suggesting we do something called strong arm pairing.
Strong style, I think, pairing. I'll look it up.
So he's
I'll
not
give
going
you
to
a
shower or
reference
something.
to
He's going
it.
to smell really strong, and that's
No, I got that covered already.
next week, question mark. What we learned this week, look carefully for the K symbol.
KT. I don't see a K symbol. Oh, I do now. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all there.
Okay. I now see the K symbol. I hadn't seen it before.
The one behind the
What does a
chair.
Java one look
It
like?
has nothing. It's naked. It just says C.
Oh, okay.
And so that's one thing we learned. The second thing we learned was turn on the phone in a simulator. That was funny. That hell was. Remember that?
That was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're retrospecting. What else did we learn today? Don't forget that Kotlin has single inheritance.
No, that's Java that has single inheritance.
Burn Kotlin, man.
We don't know about
We
Kotlin.
do. It told us. It says you can't inherit from two
Okay.
things. Because I made a design mistake. I didn't know. I wasn't clear on that.
Okay.
I don't know if yeah.
Huh.
Because, and it's sometimes hard to tell the difference between a class and an interface in this language, just like in Swift has
Yeah.
protocols or classes. And so that was an interface, and I kind of forgot about that. What else? I don't know. Is that about it? If you forget,
That it helps to have a working test.
well, we have to write that down. Where do you go with that? Is there a bigger message with that, or is that okay?
No.
It helps to have a working task.
just
Can we
throw
just
that
say
out
that? Do I have to write that down, David?
Yeah.
I know I'm breaking the strong style pairing model here.
No, it was the comment that, it helps to start from stuff that's working
Oh,
and keep it working, as opposed to trying to get things to work from scratch. It's that
yeah.
that basic programming stuff of start from an example that's
Yeah.
working, as opposed
Which we
to
did.
a blank sheet
Once
of
we learned
paper.
to turn on the simulator. We turn on the phone in the simulator. If you feel like you did too much manual work in your refactoring and you don't have fast micro tests to confirm it's okay, it was correct, or confirm correctness, there it is. Then back up and start again, which we did try to do.
And what did we learn about undoing in Android Studio that Android Studio doesn't like to undo?
I don't know that it actually. That one's just. I'm a little confused by that. And that undo seems to be global
Okay.
scope. Do we think that's true?
Yeah, that's weird. And
Like if I hit undo now, and if I keep undoing, I'm gonna drive you crazy, David.
oh,
It's like what?
Don't do that.
See, he can feel the risk, the tension. Look at it. Look at it. I'm aging him right
Yes.
now. So
Yeah,
gotta get him
my
on the
hair is
camera
turning
there.
gray.
See, he's aged now just because of that, the stress.
Yeah.
All right, undo is global scope, meaning it affects multiple files. We could say that too, affecting multiple files.
Is that what that means? Because
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know what global
Yeah.
scope means in
Let's make this
undo.
actually understandable. I thought I was just going to undo one file, back it up, back it up, back it up, and then it said, hey, by the way, you're going to be changing a few files. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. So
I thought we were trying to go back to the beginning, and that would be okay.
I know. And so I said, at first that alarmed me. Then I thought, well, let's do it. And then it kept going, okay, click okay. And I'm like, that's too slow. I don't want to do that. Obviously, this affects multiple files. Oh, I think that's a good retrospective. I'm not sure. That was a lot of things I think we learned.
Well, you know, you learn a lot by doing something new that you've never done before.
All right. Well, I hope my boss doesn't see this and learn out that I've only been coding a little while on Kotlin, but oh well. Probably. I don't know if the show has a lot of viewers. The thousands of viewers. What are the odds that my boss will be one of the tens of thousands of people that watch this show? I think it's kind of low.
Yeah. I think it's pretty low. There's millions of people in the world that program.
And on a Friday at 6, he's like in the hot tub right now, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the hot tub, it's probably time to go.
It is. It is. It's time to X out of here. Oh, we can't do that in Android, can we?
No. What else are we going to do?
It's got a close button.
All right.